I'm Gina Grizzle, and I'm teaming up with Keith Trimm and Trimm Photo, and we are bringing to you today hidden gem number 4. And when we say hidden gem, we mean hidden gem. We have been out here along the Rose Creek wandering for over 2 hours, and we have finally found the Rose Creek Mausoleum, also known as McDowell Tomb. We are sweaty, we have had ticks, we have had poison ivy, but we are here and we can't wait to share this hidden gem with you. So this mausoleum was actually built by Nelson McDowell. It was started in 1915, and it took him 10 years to carve into the sandstone cliff over the years. He used a chisel, he used a hammer, and I am telling you, people have come from near and far away to explore this hidden gem. And this area here we're entering is actually called the inner chamber. It's actually considered the burial chamber. So McDowell actually carved benches out on both sides, and those were actually the areas that would have held the casket. One side was for McDowell. The other side was actually for Cliff Hunter, who was a neighbor who also helped him on the project. As you can see, the chisel and hammer, the area is curved at the top, and over the years, lots of people had visited out here. We saw in 1941, we saw in 1958 and 1968. So for years and years, people have been exploring this hidden gem. Okay, we are in the outer chamber. This is actually called the antechamber. And once again, this is where McDowell actually started. If you look up high, you're going to see, I don't know, to me, it represents the sun and the sun beams coming off of the sun. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 different rays coming out of it. What would you call that? What are the things that come off the sun? What's that called?
Rays.
Are they rays? The sun with the rays?
Sunbeams.
Sunbeams.
Okay.
A large area that is carved in there. I bet it's probably 2 feet, circular area. And then he's actually got the sunbeams coming down from the top of the cave. So in this area, this is where he began his project. Sandstone cliff overlooking the creek, and it took him 10 years. So he actually chiseled this entire area. You almost wonder how long it actually took him to do the entire area. Oh, I just keep feeling like I do got a tick. Oh. Okay. McDowell was actually born in 1856 and undertook this project at the age of 58. So 58, took him 10 years. He finished this project at the age of 68. Everyone thought he undertook the project to actually have a place to be buried, but the reason he undertook it was actually because he wanted to improve his health. Who can imagine? Hammer, chisel, improve your health, chisel out a mausoleum for 10 years. In 1937, at the age of 80, McDowell was killed when a car he was riding in was struck by a Union Pacific train at a crossing in Fairbury. McDowell would not be buried in the tomb he created. Unfortunately, state law didn't allow it. Instead, he lies in the family's plot in the Fairbury Cemetery. Now, what's interesting is that the editor of the Fairbury Journal newspaper wrote an article the week after his obituary ran, and he said, "The tomb was never intended to be a tomb, but was simply a hobby." That concludes hidden gem number 4. I am telling you, we have experienced ticks. We have experienced poison ivy. We have experienced Keith having dehydration. He's with me now.
Make sure you bring bottles of water if you come out here.
I'm telling you, this is truly a hidden gem. It's probably our best hidden gem yet. Make sure you have good shoes. Make sure someone knows where you're going, and make sure to enjoy the trip. Follow us again, Keith Trimm, Trimm Photos, and Gina Grizzle. We are going to be bringing to you hidden gem number 5 shortly, as long as we don't have
Gina,
poison ivy.
That's Trimm Photo.
Oh. Go again.